something that I try to do that I hope is in alignment with what God wants us to do is I just always think about doing things with love and with a positive intention. If I interact with this person and I am just showing them love and keeping things positive, they will realize what my intentions are.
Truthfully, I more now than ever have that "what would Jesus do" piece ringing in my mind as I try to go about my life. Even in driving, sometimes I'm like, all right, God would require patience in this moment. Truly, I mean, that's kind of how it's manifesting. It's just like hovering in the back of my mind how this situation might be dealt with if it were God sitting there instead of me. And I try to act that way, and it works sometimes.
I think it also helps us like build good habits. Like, I think it influences us to read the Bible every day. Just like coming to church makes me want to read the Bible every morning. It's not like my parents force me to read the Bible every morning, but it's always on my mind, I guess. Yeah.
I have felt misaligned with God whenever it's usually like when I'm stressed or I feel like everything's just like coming down on me, and I just pray and I just remember that God is always with me, and it helps me align myself with Him again.
And when I'm not in line with God, I feel lonely. And then you can pick up the Bible, and again, you're going to have to search, but it will be there, whatever you're going through.
I remember it well. I was out of college working, teaching in DeKalb County, and it was just sort of that interim period that you were neither in college or you didn't have your group of people you were connected to, and I would just feel distant. And I would listen to the radio some, or I just had all these different experiences of thinking he seems far away. But it didn't take long for me to realize through meeting people in church and making new friends and getting more comfortable with my faith that I could, and through prayer. I'm a big believer in prayer. And when you pray to God, He will answer in His way, and it helps.
Our daughter, she's 3 years old. She has special needs, and the journey for the first year of her life specifically was extremely difficult. We were in the hospital more than we were not, and we were in and out just the entire first year of her life. During that time, I think the both of us, we felt very distant from God, and I know now that, you know, He was never distant from us, but when you go through something that difficult, you just question everything. And it was really the first time in my life that I had gone through something like that. And it was very hard to feel. I felt very alone. I dealt a lot with anxiety, with depression. I constantly was afraid of what was happening, afraid of the future. And it was just very difficult and hard to feel that separated from my faith.
There's a lot of lamenting to God, and again asking the why questions of why we were going through what we were going through, or why even someone as innocent as Cecilia was going through what she was going through. And as distant as we felt from God, as Kristen said, He was never distant from us.
Yeah. And now that we are, removed from the most difficult parts of that journey, those moments have truly shaped my faith today, and it's stronger than it was before any of that happened. Because when you go through something like that and you're in your darkest moment, your darkest times, and you see God there and you see Jesus in those moments, I just feel so much stronger in my faith on the other side of that.